The Supreme Court made a decision yesterday that could be a slippery slope away from separation of church and state. Raw Story reports here. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled Monday that Trinity Lutheran Church of Columbia, Missouri, will be allowed to get state funding to update a playground for safety reasons. The state of Missouri denied the funding, claiming that religious institutions can't be funded by the state. According to CNN's legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin, a footnote appears in the majority decision that says the case is only about playgrounds. The church argued that the playground equipment was not for the church, but for a secular daycare program. This case involves express discrimination based on religious identity with respect to playground resurfacing. We do not address religious uses of funding or other forms of discrimination. Footnote number 3 reads, it's the court saying, let's take this one case at a time. We're not deciding all state tax money can go to religious institutions, Toobin said. His example was that if a church is burning down the fire department, a government institution still puts the fire out. However, he agreed that this will set up a precedent that encourages other religious institutions to get funding for things and sue when they are denied. But it doesn't mean they'll also win. Okay, so this is like the definition of a slippery slope here in this decision. Because what they're saying is, okay, a church can get public money, can get tax money, because, hey, it's only going to their playground, and their playground is used for a secular daycare program. Well, first of all, the money was only supposed to go to schools in the first place. So the fact that you're a church and you're even asking for the money is, I would already say, no. No, next case. So it was supposed to go to schools. But okay, let's broaden it out. Hey, it can go to other things too. It's just for a playground, and it's just... What they're trying to do here, the reasoning that they're trying to use is the same reasoning that they tried to use in the Hobby Lobby case. So they say, okay, yes, religious business owners can deny health insurance to their workers and say, you don't get birth control because we don't agree with birth control. And they try to carve out an area like, no, but it's just for this. It's just for birth control. But the problem is you can't do that because you just set a precedent, you jackasses. You can't let religious business owners pick and choose the type of health care their workers get based on their preferences, because then you open the door to doing exactly that. Now, in this case, you can't let tax money go to churches if they say, they're just saying it's for a secular reason, because then everybody else is going to sue and they're going to say, yeah, okay, we're a church and we want public money. But why, or better example, we're a religious school and we want public money, but it's okay, don't worry, because we're only going to use the public money for our math class, which is secular. So what? We're a private religious school. Did I say public school before? I may have. We're a private religious school, and we teach religion and we indoctrinate people, but we're only asking for the public money for our math class. So that is secular. So how dare you reject us? You can't reject us. We're going to sue over it. Oh, look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. The logic you used in this case is now going to be used by every church and every school, religious school, to say, no. Sure, we want tax money, but we only want it for secular reasons. So give us the money. Well, then at that point, you've made it so that taxpayers subsidize religious schools and they subsidize churches. And if that doesn't bother you, which it should, because that's a clear violation of the First Amendment and separation of church and state, just imagine a scenario where it's mosques asking for the money. Whoa, hey, what? Sure, we're applying for money that's supposed to go to schools, but we have a playground at our mosque, and it's only used for a secular daycare program. So why doesn't the taxpayer give us this mosque money? Based on the reasoning of this case, you cannot say no to them. And think about it, it's even worse than that, because it's not like you're giving the state the option of accepting it and then giving them the tax money. You're telling the state, you must give them the money if they ask for it. So any religious institution or religious school, if they say, hey, we want money for something that's secular, you have to give it. Oh, no, no, no. That's a destruction of separation of church and state. That's a serious blow to secularism, and it's a huge problem.